Welcome back to the channel. Today there's some route announcements both with North Atlantic Airways and Emirates, and lastly a bit of a new era at Korean Air. And why indeed not begin there? Korean Air is beginning flights with a new aircraft type, the Airbus A350, as part of its plans to welcome Asiana Airlines into its broader business. The aircraft, specifically the A350-900 variant, has been ordered to bolster the airline's next generation and prepare for Asiana Airlines' upcoming integration. Asiana Airlines is a heavy operator of the A350-900, whereas Korean Air has up until this point never flown the type. However, moving forward and with the integration of fleets, the A350 is a type that is expected to stick around. It'll be important for the future, and therefore the airline has ordered many more jets. These A350s are to have a capacity of 311 passengers, with the airline expecting to deploy the units across a wide array of domestic and eventually international markets, with arrival of further planes. More regional and international markets. All this will be made possible with the arrival of more aircraft. Of the capacity for 311 passengers, there are 28 Prestige class seats. And at the back of the cabin, space for 283 seats in standard economy class, making this a two-class layout. Korean Air says a dedicated team of veteran pilots have been assembled to operate the newly delivered A350 to ensure that operations go smoothly. Moreover, preparation for flight crews included the completion of 6 months of intensive training in Singapore, which is home to the Airbus Asia Training Center. During this comprehensive training, instructor qualification programs were initiated. As for the routes, initially, Korean Air said that the aircraft would be deployed on service to Japan with HL8958, departing to Osaka twice a day from its home of Seoul Incheon. Meanwhile, the second flight departing will be operated by another A350-900, registered as HL8597 from Seoul Incheon through to Fukuoka on a round-trip daily service, with a view of meeting increased seasonal demand to the popular place. However, starting in March, while the airline expects to expand the list of destinations that will eventually welcome the Airbus A350, with Taipei to be added, Japan's short-distance flights, which are now underway, are really the perfect means for the airline to truly familiarize itself with the new widebody type. Prior to this, the aircraft had been seen across more of your short-haul domestic services for further crew familiarization. International routes, don't worry, are expected to launch eventually. The A350 will serve Madrid and Rome as its first 2 destinations outside of Asia. These are expected to launch in the second half of the 2025 calendar year. A lot permitting on the arrival of upcoming units, and these actually taking place on time. Korean Air is very excited about the A350's potential for its business moving forward, especially given the upcoming, again I'll reiterate, integration of Asiana Airlines, who when we see these fleets come together, will have the A350s at Korean Air. While the A350-900 is present, something to also consider is the eventual arrival of the high-capacity A350-1000 jets, which have also been ordered by the South Korean company to complement their -900 model and add essential capacity wherever necessary. Over to Emirates, who have announced several changes to its route schedule in the coming months as part of expansion and also route renewal efforts. From the 1st of April, 2025, the Dubai-based carrier will offer a second daily service to Beirut with non-stop service to take off as EK957, returning as EK958. The airline scaling up this service will be made possible thanks to the popular Boeing 773-00ER, which features 3 passenger classes. Emirates has announced that on the 1st of February, meanwhile, Beirut will be more importantly reinstated to eventually make this second daily flight possible only just a few months later. Other noteworthy changes include from the 1st of February 2025, the restoration of service to Baghdad, with a daily flight to be offered between the home and Baghdad on a Boeing 777. EK941 will depart Dubai at 8:05 in the morning with an arrival into Baghdad at 9:50. The return leg operating is EK942, an 11.25 departure in the morning and a 2.35 p.m. arrival back into the airline's home. Interestingly, the departure and arrival time for this daily operation, however, will change. The aforementioned flight times that I've taken a look at just before are for Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday service. On those remaining days of the week, there will be adjustments by several hours. For example, the departure from Dubai will now be at 1 p.m., and by the time all the other flights take place, the arrival back into Dubai will be at 7:10 p.m. For Emirates, the imminent arrival of the Airbus A350, which has just entered service, will introduce greater flexibility to its network. This enhanced operational versatility will facilitate route resumptions and frequency increases, such as those just discussed. Until now, Emirates has relied on just 2 aircraft types for its operations, a strategy that has proven effective but has also constrained network adaptability. The introduction of the A350 significantly changes this dynamic, allowing for new route launches and network adjustments with greater ease. Finally, let's wrap up with North Atlantic Airways, which has officially announced a new route between Athens and Los Angeles. The service will launch on June 3, 2025, operating 4 times weekly. This expansion significantly strengthens the airline's transatlantic network, which already offers extensive connectivity between European cities and the US. If you're wondering what aircraft will operate this route, well, it's no surprise. North Atlantic Airways will deploy its Boeing 787 Dreamliner, the sole aircraft type in its fleet. This comes as no shock considering the airline was born following Norwegian's decision to end its own long-haul operations. The airline is thrilled to introduce this route ahead of the busy summer travel season and aims to provide affordable transatlantic fares during peak demand periods. This approach aligns with Norse's overarching business model, making long-haul travel more accessible to passengers. The airline acknowledges that committing to new routes is essential in proving its dedication to both existing and potential customers. That being said, North Atlantic Airways hasn't had the smoothest ride. The airline continues to face challenges in maintaining a stable and profitable operation, a hurdle it is still striving to overcome. One of the biggest obstacles in the low-cost long-haul market, especially on transatlantic routes, is achieving year-round profitability. Norse is hardly alone in this struggle. Many airlines attempting this model have either collapsed, downsized, or failed to sustain strong performance across all seasons. Consistently achieving positive financial results throughout the year remains a significant challenge, as seasonal fluctuations often lead to unpredictable revenue. To counter this, North Atlantic Airways has been exploring various strategies to maintain financial stability beyond peak periods. Some of these initiatives include leasing aircraft to other operators, launching flights to warm weather destinations during winter months, and restructuring its route network to optimize demand. While challenges persist, the airline remains committed to refining its business model to ensure long-term viability. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the new Athens-Los Angeles route. That concludes today's aviation industry recap. As always, thank you for your support here on the channel. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time for another update.